All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Barakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing and pushing his word, in all honesty, truth, and sincerity, and a sincere shalom to the elect. So this video here as I'm watching, I'm not going to play it because copyright and all this bullshit. What I will do is copy the link. Right up, can't do that right now. But I'll copy the link and put it in the description. And you could go listen to his words. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. You know, some of you, Akim, could, make a video on. A very edifying video. But this man said a couple words in here about slavery. All these are different things. But the thing that caught me is this man loves his oppressor. All right? He says, I feel like I'm free. I feel like I'm in heaven, okay? And I just, the spirit just got on me and said, this is irksome. This is real fucking irksome, okay? Charleston White and DC Young Fly have heated words on the 85 South show, okay? Hashtag new, hashtag YouTube. What is this? Nike Boys Entertainment. Anyways, you know what? Let me see something. Oh, Slovakia. I'm on airplane mode. But this man loves his oppressor. Okay. He had made mention in here that he said he loves here. He feels free. He's always defending pork. All right. That was one thing that got me with what he was saying. The scriptures tell us that we all fall short. Right. Let me get into that. Romans chapter 3. So we're not boasting. What we're telling you to do is turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and please him. All right? But our words won't be heard around individuals such as that, because he talks about the Hebrew Israelites all the time, which himself, he's a Hebrew Israelite. Okay? But, that conversation is neither here or forbear. At another time, another location. But he himself is a Hebrew Israelite. He should be trying to obtain onto the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of his ability. Okay? Judges 5 and 11. Rehearse the righteous acts. But anyways, Romans chapter 3 and verse 23. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And if I'm not mistaken, right here, Slovakia, Romans chapter 3 and verse 10, as it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. Okay, and also, if you want to get extensive on it, he that liveth, Sirach 18 and 1, he that liveth forever have created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he. And when you go into that, really it's Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because where's Yahweh Shai sitting? He's sitting at the right hand side of the Most High. It tells you that Christ, in the words Hamashiach, sitteth at the right hand of the Most High. And that's another cut to you individuals. How the hell is the Lord going to sit right beside himself? Doesn't make sense, does it? But anyways, and that's another video that I have lined up, there, And hey, let's go into this, Romans 3 and 3. For what if some, and that some consists of Charleston White, for what, because he's a Hebrew Israelite, okay, for what if some did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. See, that's what the Lord said in the scripture. He said, God is not a man that he shall lie. Numbers chapter 23 and verse 19, Salakia. Every word that is in these scriptures shall come to pass. So what? All you unbelievers out there Are we supposed to sit back and say, hey, man, you know what? Let's just put this away, guy, and just walk as them, man. You know, let's just go in unity and see if we can clear up this situation. Bullshit. The Most High is who's bringing us through this situation right now, okay? And he's the only one who's going to free us from this situation. But going back into this, okay, Romans chapter 3 and verse 23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory. Right. We've all sinned. We've all fell off. But when you hear this word, when you find out what's the deal, your job is supposed to turn back and come running onto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? Seek ye while he may be found. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you, and I will take you, one of a city and two of a family, and will bring you and Salakia, and will bring you to Zion. Main point. Turn back, O backsliding children. Are we not giving you this knowledge, wisdom, understanding? Okay? Are we not giving you the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Ezekiel chapter 3 and 4. Okay? Jeremiah 3 and 22. Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art Yahweh our power. And the ones who are returning, they're saying that, behold, we come unto thee, is the men who you see on the highways and byways, including myself. Okay? We're turning back onto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're the ones who are over here making these videos every day. Okay? Oh shit. Verse 21 reminds me of a voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications, begging, of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their ways, and they have forgotten Yahweh their power. Now when you go into I think that's 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 8. We complain continually onto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? As a matter of fact, let me go fact check that. But the Lord is telling you guys, return, man, return. Well, you guys ain't listening. Okay? You love this place, man. Yep. I hold my tongue no more, touching the wickedness, Yep, the innocent and the righteous blood both cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Right? Now let's go into 1 Maccabee. First scripture I want to get here. Okay, Maccabee 19. But I just want to go straight to the point. Okay, this is Matthias. He was basically speaking on to the Israelites. Actually, you know what? Let me just get into it. Verse 20. First Maccabee, go read the whole thing, but for the sake of time and, let me just go to verse 20 here. And the point really is verse 23, okay, and 24. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers, talking about Israelites, okay? God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, way of life, okay, the only way of life, either on the right hand or the left, Salakia. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Molden, according to the king's commandment. Which thing, when Matthias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. Also the king's commissioner, who had compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. Thus he dealt zealously for the law of God, like as Phinehas did unto Zambra, the son of Salem. And Matthias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, Whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. Okay. And continuing, let me just get this one more point. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city. Okay. So you see right here, this individual right here is exactly like what's that guy's name again? Charleston White. All right. He went to go do a sacrifice. Okay. He went to go do a sacrifice of that pork. Okay. Because what was being sacrificed, less like Antiochus has said, that all people should leave their laws, all right, and consent. This is it right here, 1 Maccabee chapter 1. And, well, it's really up in 41, but let me get at this. 1 Maccabee chapter 1 and 1. And 1 Maccabee chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days when there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein, that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. And this is exactly like Charleston right there. All right. This is him, man. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. And everything this motherfucker speaks usually is mischievous, man, against his own people. Instead of giving them a solution, he want war. You come shoot at me, nigga, all this bullshit. He was on there showing off guns and all this other stuff, and this guy is like a chocolate Edomite, I would say. But this is the mindset of those wicked men, okay? Wicked men who came out of Israel, all right? Verse 41, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. This is his mindset, this universalism. Why can't we all just get along? The cops shoot the mental white boy more than the black boy. Who dies more, you fucking fool? He ain't just no shooting or shot at, okay? I read the statistics. You know that the devil is a liar, right? You know he puts up false reports, right? He tells people, oh, take the wabby jabby. You trust in us. But yet, you forget about stuff like Tuskegee, you fucking fool. Talking about slavery. That wasn't me. That wasn't me getting beat. Yeah, that was you getting beat. You back in the reincarnation. Playing the same old fucking nigga that you was. Nigga for the master. You a sellout. And not talking about you wanting our people to stop killing each other. No, of course, we want our people to stop killing each other too. But you really up the master's ass. You got your head up in the master's ass, man. Because the shit, like I called you before, you're in the ball. You're a fool. The shit that be spewing out your mouth is, you Uncle Ruckus. Or what that nigga? you that nigga on Boondocks, man. You might as well walk around with a KKK hat on. talking about you advocating for black people. No, you want your people dead. And you want to be the last one alive. Fuck out of here, man. And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, his way of life, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judea that they should follow the strange laws of the land. Okay? And when you go on, it talks about, all the rest. When you go up here, the wicked and ungodly men of Israel having Achimus, who was desired to be a high priest for their captain. That's another situation there too. There came unto him all the wicked and ungodly men of Israel. 1 Maccabee chapter 7 and verse 5. But when you go to 1 Maccabee 2 Maccabee 6 and verse 6, neither was lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or Asian fast, or to profess himself to be a Jew, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. And that's what's happening right now in this time for us. With all these labels, all these names they put upon us. We jump out and say that we're the Jews. These people get mad. Say, no, you're not. You're Africans. You're Negroes. You're niggas. You're anything under the sun but. Okay, I was watching this other video the other day, and it said the 10 tribes return. I started to laugh. Like, come on. Anybody and everybody. Anybody and everybody's mama, son, whatever the fuck. Their daughters, their fathers, their niece, this, that. Everybody under the sun but us. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children. And remember, rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, man. Saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, iniquity. Okay? And let me eat this pork. I love this place. Oh, man, I feel alive. I feel like I'm in heaven. Because this is you love doing that wickedness. You love eating that pork. Numbers chapter 11 and verse 5. Okay? You're those same murmurers, man. You, as a matter of fact, you were the same ones who the Most High was not well pleased with, man. It says that you all did drink of that spiritual meat. All seen these things. You all seen all what was happening. But yet, let's go to 1 Corinthians 10 and 5. But with many of them, God was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Okay? Now these things were our examples to the intent that we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. Okay? Straight up. And that's this Charleston White, man. Eat the pork. It's all right. It's okay. Everything's all right. That nigga looked like he got slapped, like a nigga either shot him in his head or he got like beat up or something. Because when you look at his face, you could tell one eye twisted the next way and one eye the next way. And the one that's on the right hand side, you can see wrinkles above that one fucking eye. The rest of his fucking forehead is like a baby's ass, nigga. Ain't no wrinkles. Alright? Fresh. This nigga look like he got shot in his head on one side, or he just got beat the fuck up. And now he's just retarded. Talking all types of shit in the ball. Okay? Verse 2, Isaiah 30 and verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Yeah, you ain't gonna have no answers in that day and time. Okay? As a matter of fact, Isaiah 36 and 6. Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed. On Egypt, this is the same man. The system ain't broken. The system ain't broken. The system's all fucked up, nigga. And it's aiming towards a certain individual. Now, you would say, well, if you got money, you could play the game. Nigga, that is still a broken system, regardless of so-called color. Okay? Justice is justice. A false balance is an abomination to the Most High. Because you got money, you get off? Not just to mention, oh, if you the so-called white man, well, the scriptures tell us that they're not in trouble as other men. Psalms 73 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? If I'm not mistaken. Whereon, if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. Yeah, you're going to find out. You're going to find out soon. That same Trump daddy you've been loving and this so-called system that you've been loving, it's going to pierce you through. It's gonna attack you, okay? You wait and see. You know, all that love you talking about and all this love we could be getting down and eating crab and shrimp with so-called white brothers and this and that. You know, because we all know how your mind's set, you know. And yeah, it ain't all about color, you know. It's about who Israel is, all right? Where that spirit resides. Regardless of if he looked like a so-called Chinese, white, Indian, doesn't matter. If he's an Israelite, he's an Israelite. That's our brothers, regardless. Or sister, right? But Psalm 73 and 5, they are not in trouble as other men. Who is that? That's Esau, Edom. Neither are they plagued like other men. Okay? So, you know, here it is. You got this Charleston White. Charleston White. I didn't even notice that. Running after his oppressor's ways, man. He loves oppression. You know, he loves oppression. Isaiah chapter 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Remember, I told you, seek Yahweh while he may be found, man. He ain't doing that. You know what his mindset is? Let's go to his mindset. What I told you that he said, man. This Slakia. This same individual saying he loves this place. This is a heaven for him. Oh man, it can't be getting any better than this. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. Slakia. They call their lands after their own names. Main point, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. All these jakes that join hand in hand with Esau, Edom, their mentality is thus the same way. We know this is going into Esau, Edom. Yeah, we understand that, yes. But jakes, you know, jakes, they have that same mindset. They got that same mentality. They've adopted and took on the ways of the heathen, the customs of the heathen. Remember Antiochus? That all people should become one, leave their laws, statutes, commandments, universalism. And this is this nigga right here, Charleston White. Okay, this fucking, you know, like I said, one part of his head looked like he got over here, right there. See the right eye straight, and the left eye like it's fucked up, like a nigga in jail boxed the shit out of him, or he got shot in the head. One or two. Okay, and even with that. If those events did happen to him, he didn't even wake up. Okay? Hard-headed, stiff-headed, rebellious. We'll tell you that rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Alright? So something real quick. Start at verse 9. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9. This is a rebellious people. See that? Lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. Get ye out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And this is exactly how these individuals act. This is a rebellious Trojan lying. They will not hear the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's why you guys are in the condition that you are. Talking about we know how to handle this. No, you don't. The real way you're supposed to handle this is turn ye back onto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Jeremiah chapter 3. Okay? Turn back onto the Lord. Hear his words. Execute judgment properly. Okay? And how do you do that? Through these scriptures, man. Through these sentences. Through these parables. Meaning, when you go through them and you get the understanding from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai what he has written, execute it with judgment. The Lord said, don't eat pork. Don't eat pork. Somebody approaches you. I got some pork right here. Sorry. It's against my law, statutes, and commandments. I ain't eating that shit. It's against the ordinance. It's against the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Then you start to walk in his ways. Judges 5 and 11. Start to rehearse the righteous acts. And the Lord will start feeding you with more and more and more. Remember, he said, if you hear me, and you open up that door, I'll come in and sup with you. And he with me. Okay? So anyways, let's get the last scripture here. Verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word, his word, Psalms 47 and Psalms 40 and 7, right? You despise, you really pushing away Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity, remember, stacking sin upon sin, Isaiah 30 and 1, they walk down to add sin to sin, right? This is our people, man. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. Okay, you can't stop it. Okay, as a wall that's about to fall, or better yet, on a bank side, and the mortar of this brick is weak right here, and it's above your head. You can't stay. You're gonna be swept away and injured. You're gonna be done. You're gonna be finished. Because when the Lord bring all this calamity, all this atrocities, all this destruction upon this place, you're gonna get caught up with it because you've done nothing to serve your Father and the Son, but added onto it, right? Meaning you add to the perverseness. You wanted that perverseness. You said out of your own mouth, like meat that's good. I love this place. I'm in heaven. I'm free. No, you're not free. Because you think that paying a ticket and going into another country is freedom. Well, when the government says nobody can fucking leave this country, your freedoms, all those things can be taken away at any time. Those are like privileges in Esau's system, okay? Those are the tickets that he gives out for you to have fun, to serve him, okay? And if you're fucking wise, you would see that. The man's playing games with you because you could run out there and go eat wild pork. Nigga, that pig eats just like the rest of the fucking other pigs, man. Present it with that same slosh and it will eat it. Fucking nut. What's wrong with this guy? I'm from the south. The pigs eat different there. Man, nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. A pig is a pig. Bottom line. I don't care where the fuck climate. I don't give a fuck what you're feeding that bitch. A pig is a pig. All right? I don't care every day if you're trying to feed it dog food. I don't care if you're feeding it potatoes every day. I don't care if you got that bitch on a strict vegan diet. Are you stupid? And this is the ball, you're an idiot. Okay? Charleston White, you're a fucking idiot. Okay? So with that, All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation unto the elect and unto all you Akim worldwide who are doing this word in all honesty, truth, and sincerity. Lord willing, to the next time, Matthew chapter 24 and 13 to you all. Wa abad babal. Shalom.